let's talk about the bodybuilding iceberg. As always, if you have any questions, I'm a small channel. I'm going to answer every comment, every DM, my socials down below if you want to message me. My main goal today is to try and save you time and trying to figure this out on your own. You know, most people get into the gym, they don't know what they're doing. They don't learn the nitty gritty, the little secrets that everybody else learns after being there for a long time. I'm trying to help you skip ahead and get gains faster. And I feel like from someone who's come from a place of not, having a lot of muscle to like putting on so much mass at once, I would say that I've pretty fastly learned some things that definitely work for me. And I feel like I'm saving you guys some time because you're going to figure these things out on your own, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to talk about some things that you don't really know going into the gym, but once you know them, everything gets so much better. Getting a pump is important to recovery and getting bigger muscles. It helps the blood get to the muscle and recover, right? Blood flow is a good thing. So when you're going to your gym and you're working out, you could do pretty much any sort of workout that will get you a pump. You could do bicep curls halfway and you could rush them really fast and you can get that pump and you might think you're doing the right thing. But if you really want to grow your muscles, and this goes for every muscle, I'm going to tell you something very important. Your muscle grows from being in the lengthened position. And this is going to sound scientifical, but trust me, just give me a second. Pretty much what this means is your muscle doesn't grow from the top where it's all curled up and it's like, squeeze, Your chest would be up here would be squeezed. Your bicep up here would be squeezed. Your tricep down here would be squeezed. Your muscle grows from being fully stretched out. So your chest grows when you get really deep and it fully expands. Your bicep grows when you get really deep, and it fully expands. With that being said, stop doing halfway on all your workouts. Make sure you get that full range of motion, really get your arms fully stretched. Now, you might need to lower the weight to be safe about this, but I'm promising you'll get more gains. I'll see people doing lat pull downs and they'll just be, coming down and then rushing the way up and rushing back down. If you really just come down and you're really slow up, and let your arm fully stretch and your lats fully come out, you will grow your back way faster than if you were just pumping them out. That legit goes for every single muscle, even your quads. When you squat, the deeper you go, right, you're going to bend your knee, bend your knee, bend your knee. Your quad is going to be as fully lengthened as possible under the most tension, going to cause the most hypertrophy or muscle growth. Now, is this the same thing for strength training? No, it is not. That's why this video is called the bodybuilding iceberg, right? So that's one thing that I learned not only until recently, and I've been applying in my training the last few months. And I'm telling you, I used to do lat pull downs and see no growth. And all of a sudden I started applying, that really deep stretch and slowing it down. Dude, the amount of growth was not even close. And along with being in the stretch position, something that is very important that I think everybody should apply to their training is partials. Partials are pretty much when you can't get the rep all the way down, right? So let's say you're doing lat pull down, you get stuck here. You don't just, go, oh, I can't get another rep, I'm going to give up. You pretty much do a bunch of half reps, right, while your muscle is fully stretched. And pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to push your body past failure, and your muscle's going to grow more from that, right? Because if you were just to stop at that last full rep that you could get, you might still have 5 partials in the tank. Thus, you're not going to achieve failure. You're not going to grow as fast as you could be growing by achieving failure. Here's another thing I learned. Some people go to the gym, and they'll just, put the weight down. And when they're ready for the next set, they'll just be like, all right, I don't feel tired anymore. I'm going to go for it, right? Now, while this is, important, you don't want to be too tired going into your next set. There is actually a best time to get back to working out for your next set. Science, every time I say that, I feel like such a nerd. But it does show that 2 minutes of rest between sets is the best for growth. I'll put this little chart up on the screen somewhere on the screen so you can see it. So now if the 2 minutes comes up and, you are too tired to continue the set, don't, right? Because I think you'd rather be, 30 seconds less optimal than go into the workout and your heart and lungs fail before your muscles do. You get way too tired. Here's another thing that I learned that is super weird and I feel like most people don't know. So every machine has cables, right? I mean, it's like part of I would say about 60% of my workouts are on the cables. For everything but legs, I feel like legs is mostly just machines. You ever do a cable workout and let's say you're bicep curling on the cable and it doesn't feel even tension throughout the entire way? Well, there's actually a reason for this. According to physics, if you pick up just a dumbbell, the most amount of tension is going to be right here, where the pull of gravity is 90 degrees with your arm. That's why if you're holding weight, the hardest way to hold weight is out to your sides like this, because your arm is 90 degrees with the pull of gravity downwards. Same thing goes for a dumbbell. You want to line up your arm 90 degrees with the dumbbell, like where the cable comes out. So let's say the cable goes to the right. If your arm is up or down like this, you're going to be 90 degrees, and that's where the most tension is going to be felt on the cable. With that being said, if you're really trying to get the best out of your workout on a cable, you want to combine what I said earlier about, finding that point where your muscle is the most stretched and combine that with the 90-degree location. That way you're feeling the most tension at the lengthened position of the muscle. You'll get the most growth. You won't be wasting your time doing 30 cable, curls for no reason. Here's another thing that I learned. A lot of people are doing the push-pull leg splits. You do back by one day, chest try one day, and then legs another day. I would recommend if you want to follow that, do that for the first 3 days of the week, but then for the next 3 days of the week, switch it up. I think it's a really healthy thing to give your chest its own full day to work it out, to give your back its own full day to work it out. And I think every person who's big always says you should incorporate one arm day, one bicep and tricep dedicated day, right? Because if you're always doing your biceps after you do your back, you're never really going to get that full workout where you're not tired for your biceps, and they deserve that, bro. And I think especially for a lot of guys, at least, you know, big arms is like what we want the most, so like lock in, you know, give it its own full day. And my final piece of advice I would give, you could take advice from other people and try it out in your own, you know, exercises, but you need to know that everybody's body is different. Some people grow more from different things. For instance, some people when they bench, first of all, the bench is not that good of an exercise to actually grow size, it's really for strength. But some people, their shoulders get the most pump from bench, right? The bench mostly affects their shoulders, mostly affects their triceps. For me, the bench mostly affects my front delts and really nothing else. I don't really feel it in my chest. I don't really feel it in my triceps. So that being said, you might talk to someone that should go, oh yeah, if you want a big chest, you bench. That might work for them, but for you, it might not. Here's another example. I am someone who can handle a lot of volume in training, aka I can do a lot of sets. So each muscle per day, I'll probably do about 12 to 15 sets, maybe even sometimes like 18 sets. Now, I don't think most people can handle that. From experience, that's what my body can handle and grows the most from. I would say it would be psychotic if I were to say that everybody should do that, because some people even joints can't handle that. And with that being said, it's important to listen to your body too, right? Let's say you try something, and let's say you work out, you know, 9 sets for your quads and 9 sets for your hamstrings. Your hamstrings might be sore for 8 or 9 days, and your quads might be ready the next day. At this point, you're gonna learn, okay, my hamstrings will grow a lot from a lot less volume, and my quads, I can amp it up a bit. So for me, my hamstrings will grow from legit one workout. Now, I think one workout's too little, so I do 2. But like my hamstrings are always sore for a long time. My quads, however, if I don't blast them with 16 sets, I'm walking the next day fine. I'm trying to walk out of the gym limping and be limping for 3 days. You know what I mean? So that being said, listen to your body. Each muscle is going to require a different amount of work and stress. And by listening to your body and your soreness and your recovery and your growth pattern, you'll be able to actually dial your workout to fit you the best. And one last final thing, switch things up every once in a while. I see some people, they have like the exact workout they're going to do written down. But for me, I quite honestly, I go into the gym. Yeah, it's important to, you know, I would say maybe keep track of what you're doing and how much weight you do. That way you don't, you know, go on the machine and don't do what you're capable of. But some days I do go on chest. I go, you know what? I think I'm feeling low to high cable fly today. Or some days I go and do it. I go, no, this isn't for me. I'm going to try something else. And that's important because you shock the muscle. And that's how you're going to trigger a lot of growth, by changing things up. That's why you change the weight. That's why you change repetitions. That's why you change the speed. With that being said, that's some of the most important things I've learned on my bodybuilding journey. But anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. I really do enjoy like making this fitness content and helping people. So like if you have any questions, DM me. This is my passion, so I'm really trying to make this like my job in the future. That would be awesome. Right now I'm just kind of doing it because I love it, but eventually it would be nice. So make sure to subscribe. You know, that's all I ask. Follow my other socials. I appreciate you guys. Later, boys. God bless.